Hello and welcome back. My name's Ultreya. Thank you for joining me today for Chapter 3, The Brilliance of Stars, in the book The Mountains Are Calling, Messages Inspired by Nature. By me, Ultreya. Chapter 3, The Brilliance of Stars. Nighttime had fallen. The stars were brilliant, just awesome. Looking up into the night sky, my husband Mark and I were amazed at the multitude and beauty of it all. He pointed out the Milky Way and said, "You don't see that in the city." As Mark was holding me in a close embrace, I relished in the mountain air, which was chilly and oh so fresh. "Did you see that?" explained my husband. "A falling star." These times to me are precious. The sense of feeling so alive is incredible. The stars to me are symbolic of how far we can reach in our lives. It is a reminder that the only limitations are the ones we place on ourselves. There is such grandeur in the vastness of the sky as well as the countless stars. Just like our possibilities in life are vast and countless. Do you realize just how lucky and blessed we all are? If only we would open our eyes and truly see the truth of who we are. Realistically, luck has nothing to do with it. It is the divine truth of who we are at our deepest core, and all we must do is claim it. We are all children of God, of the Most High, of the universe, however you want to phrase it. But we are all divine at our deepest core, and we should all claim that. It has been there with us all along. We are who we have been looking for. Think about that one. Somehow we just misplaced it or have forgotten it along the way. And Spirit, God, Goddess, all that is, whatever you choose to call the divine, calmly and patiently waits for us to slow down, step back, and really see the truth of ourselves. What peace that realization can bring. All the rushing around and the mounting stress we put on our body, which is, by the way, our body temple, is not worth it. Temple meaning precious, sacred, to be respected, cherished, and loved. Honored. Modern technology in its proper place, yes, but to be consumed by it, is it worth it? Television, computers, electric this, electric that, what a great thing for your body and your mind. Not to mention all the EMFs, or electromagnetic radiation, bombarding the cells of our bodies. How many people sit down to a quiet dinner with the family after a long day and actually communicate with the spouse and children? Nope, let's watch sex and violence on the big screen television and educate our children in that way, teaching them lack of respect for their bodies and those of others. Oh yes, and let's not forget the evening news about all the negatives, killings, and disasters. Now it's time to curl up in bed and go to sleep. Sweet dreams. What do you mean you can't sleep well? I wonder why. Is it normal? No, it's not normal. Is it normal to traumatize your mind and body and those of your loved ones? After all, we do set the example for our kids. Hello, wake up here. Are these healthy choices? I mean, really? Excuse me. All right, so I'm on a roll here, but really, are most people so hypnotized by technology that they allow it to consume their minds and their lives? One of the things I've heard about this is, oh, but it's just a show, or oh, but this, or oh, but that. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. And if you're watching, for example, a show that has a lot of violence in it, if you feel your body getting involved in that and consumed in that, and you see a scene and it just grabs you in such a way that it just kind of like scares you and just makes you tense up, that's going into your subconscious, and yes, it does affect you and your immune system. That's just the truth of it all. You cannot talk yourself out of that. So, my question here is, who's the puppet here? It's something to think about. Possible argument might be, but that is how I unwind at the end of a long day. You call that unwinding? If you were to tune into your body and pay attention, do you think it would agree? If you want to unwind and truly relax and have a peaceful mind and body, try taking a walk, alone or better yet with the family, which is quality time. How many families live together for years and don't know each other? They just don't. They're either watching television or have their nose texting in the cell phone, or you look at restaurants where you have a family sitting together and instead of communicating, they're looking down, texting. That's not healthy. Personally, I would throw the television out. I don't own one. But that is me, and you must make your own choices regarding yours and your family's well-being. Of course, you could be selective in what you view, put a time limit on it, and still go out and enjoy the finer things in life, which is quality time in nature. When was the last time you went camping or spent time on the lake or on the beach? When was the last time you stopped in awe at the grandeur of a magnificent waterfall? Do you really follow your heart? Are you truly satisfied with what you're doing in life? Are you sharing your gifts and talents with others, thus shining your light into the world, which is really needed right now? What do you do in this life and how your choices affect others are an example to your children as well. Don't you want them to have a happy and fulfilling life? Isn't life supposed to be joyous anyway? Some would say that it's about struggle and hard work. Do you really believe in a God who doesn't want his or her children to be happy? This is a thought that needs further consideration, and I'll leave that with you. Okay, so here's another thought. What, who, or why do we have the feelings or deep desires to do certain things? I'm not talking about addictive behaviors. I'm speaking of those sincere, heartfelt feelings and desires to sing, to dance, to help others. The list goes on. Don't you think Spirit plays a strong role in those desires and those nudgings that you feel? You will find that if you follow your dreams and your sincere desires, if they are done from a space of love and not greed, that you will feel so uplifted and happy. And guess what? That is our natural state of being. What are responsibilities? The ability to respond. Obligations and our commitments. What of them? I didn't say to lay around, dance through the daisies, and tra-la-la, and that's it. We are spirit in a human body, and we do have things we need to do. But do you know? Well, we can still make time for those things we love to do. So here is the B word again, and that's right, it's balance. So many times as adults, and especially with children of our own, we try so hard. We do what we think is right, and usually we have been guided by the should and shouldn'ts of society or well-meaning people. Guess what? If it doesn't feel right in your heart, it's time to change the way you view things. And the terrific thing about it is, as role models for your children, you not only teach about being responsible adults, but you teach that it is okay to play and enjoy life. Life, wow. Living, true living, cool. What a concept. How many people fall into the trap of existing through life? That is so sad and very often true. Better yet, even still, is play with your kids no matter what age they are, or you are for that matter, for age is irrelevant. Age is simply whatever emphasis you put on it. Children need to know that parents are human too. Not all work and no play. Let the little child in you come out and play. Be spontaneous. I promise you will feel so alive and everyone will have a blast. This reminds me of a time or two that my girls and I were doing the Macarena together. Boy, did we look silly, and we got really goofy, but it was great. And talk about quality time together, you bet it was. Don't you think kids get bugged when they see their parents' dull, lifeless existence of life? What an awful example to look forward to when they finally grow into adulthood. Do you really want to send them that kind of message? Besides, being outrageously goofy just because you can is so much more fun, I promise. Learn to follow your heart and reach for the stars. Even the sky isn't the limit, which means you are limitless. Thanks again for joining me with Chapter 3. And tomorrow we'll continue on with Chapter 4, The Sacred Circle. Until then, Ultreya. Move forward with courage and in love. Bye-bye.